Day 2 featured sessions focusing on implementing innovative teaching methods and the importance of professionalism as a Muslim educator. The key moment was a lecture delivered by Professor Abdulatif Kilani, where he talked extensively on the various transformations to implement in the Islamic educational system. He took the opportunity to engage the proprietors present in a participatory exercise to emphasize the importance of eradicating most of the ills in schools and the need to adopt a blended method of learning.
School in the modern way, you are still here and you say you are doing what the Quran. When a school is already doing therapy for their children, I attended one recently. As they are graduating in GSS3, they are doing their therapy along with Western education. People are doing Kafish, they are doing Afra. You are doing why not? Next person. Sorry. Montessori of Meriam. Meriam Montessori method. These days, Meriam Montessori method.
No, sir.
Student-centered learning. What is the student-centered learning? Student-centered learning is what Konturi started in 1897 and 17 something. When Konturi was talking about independence learning, that he was taking stride to a level that he wants to let that he said. That the child is thinking of reading on his own and is the one that is dictating the method of knowledge. Where you give an intrinsic and restrictive motivation that motivates the child to carry book on their own. Any school that is not working towards that, where your child wants to learn, your child wants to work, you cannot achieve it. But you cannot know it if you don't know the meaning of learner-centered learning and ask its rules, methods, adaptability. If you don't study, you cannot control your principal, you cannot control your teacher, you cannot be at the seminar, there is no way you can lead. Why are you giving what you don't have? Which are far? One, you are not far. What you have cannot give. One, Lamb here is negation lamb. Negation lamb. Lamb will clap in the door. Lamb lying. What's up here? Mo kọ mẹ́ta ló wá jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọ̀pọ̀ wa fa sọ̀tì ẹ̀ fún ọ. Ìfowópamọ́ pé onídàá máa ń lò òun ò tí ì wọnú kéwú bì kan.
Lá àná fi á tún lè dín sí.
Ẹni tó bá sọ́ọ̀dì àwọn negation kan, àwọn ìwọ́n lò ní ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ta nínú Quran níbi kan. Ṣé wá sàrà sí? We are saying that centered learning, if you don't know, you cannot give. Teachers, providers, you know. You know. Thank you. Thank you. Next person. Malpractice. Provider them all. So you are down. When they go up or they go on one day. Provider. When they go to the job, they go to you. Àwọn ní ẹ̀rọ àkójọ ẹlọ́dọ̀ bí àti àwọn ẹ̀yẹ́ òkè tó máa ó di ẹ̀yẹ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ máa ní ìlú ẹ̀rọ ayé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ jẹ́ láti ìlú ìdá. Ìbáṣe ìdájẹ́ máa dàbí pẹ̀sì láti ẹ̀rọ iṣẹ́ kíláàsì ń tọ́ sọ fún arákùnrin yìí. Wọ́n yẹ kú wò bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ máa tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ rí, ó ṣẹlẹ̀ léwé rí nígbà táwọn owó kiri ìjọba máa tún ṣe wọ fúùtù. Ẹ̀gbọ́n àmì àwọn àti ọmọ wọ́n put jìnnà. Let me tell you the best award tó máa dùn wọ́n nílé láyé is coming in December 10. Lagos State have just told us that they are giving an award for CEO tolerance for examination of that information. And they all concluded after series. I published our result. People had 9/9. We had 100% passes in English language. And I can tell you that I have Abela in all the world. I personally supervise all the examination. Oh, my own examination practice is to look like this, and examination like that. If the invigilators are come, if the invigilator talk from my head, They just gave us GC Center now. We are starting on the Friday. I rejected them last year that they are still the program. They came, they said we knew, we discussed at board. They brought people from school to another, and like, can do your GC matters, and that's the only place we are having problems. And they just say they are giving us our work, that they are not in there. So now, coordinators say, need to only school and recommend. For zero errors, they are doing it. Look at this classroom. Use it to interpret your classroom. And the unconducive environment. Go over there, mushroom school. The fabricated buildings, poor ventilations. Look at the classroom. If you move on. Let me tell you what does it mean. This is my expanded explanation. Move on. Let me tell you again. No way. If I say the only thing that I gave to you, I put them in the perspective. So that you can now see the perspective of what I've taught you in this class. Tell me, who will read this slide and will not understand this slide among all of you here? Do you teach like that in your classroom? Next one. Thank you. Let me for you. Blended and Quran with Ayat Day. Ayat Day, there is some leadership in Quran that look at the way they are doing ifs in that class. This is an international standard. They are doing ifs and they are teaching ifs. Not the one that we are doing before. They are teaching them Islam, Islam, and they are going to take way. The new to Sakina, move on. Now look at what you want to the Quran and Tafsir the Quran. Look at the way they sat down. Who will not want to learn Quran like this? Do you decorate your classroom like this to be attractive, impressive, and appealing? Move on. Blended. Look at the way everything blend together. Everything now. I now blended everything together. Collaboration, everything come together. Next one. Outcome. At the end of the day, this is where we are going. Colorful classroom. Look at the outcome of our research. Look at the outcome of what we have done. This is where we are going. And this is your target. Minimum standard. Next one. Benefits. And I brought out benefits, which I know you can write 100 benefits for me now. From what you have seen. Increase in population, increase in money. More population. People will know you very well.
The conference transited to an interactive panel session moderated by Hajia Bilkis Bukola Daudu Oshuala, principal of First Criterion College. The session comprised of discussions around including Quran and Arabic language in the school curriculum, putting students in a conducive environment to promote a healthy learning atmosphere, and the trend of early child education.
We're expected to integrate Quran and Arabic in our schools. The prospect and the process. How do you think we'll go about it?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this opportunity to be here and to participate in this very important program centering on optimizing performance in the 21st century education business. Actually, looking at the question, Quran and Arabic education, integrating them in our school, it is very important as Muslim schools, because when we are saying a holistic, Islamic holistic approach, it means that Islamization must be central. And what is Islamic in our Islamic schools if there are no Quran and Arabic education in this? Because it is our heritage. And you know, Quran should be basis of all Islamic, of all education if we say we are running Muslim schools. So now we have many Muslims that are establishing school. They are publicizing their schools using Quran memorization as one of the values that they are projecting to the world to appeal to prospective parents who want to enroll their children in the school. And this ditto for Arabic education. The reason is people have observed what the market needs. People are turning to Islam now. They want to learn Islam because they believe that children, the future of their children will be bright and will be very successful if they have Islamic background. And where they can get that is through Quran and Islamic education. That is why Muslim schools are now promoting Quran memorization as one of the values they want to add. But the question is, are we really teaching the Quran? Are we really teaching them Arabic? You could see it from the lecture we just listened to. So now what are the prospects? So I would like to share with us an experience that I had just last year or year before in a conference, educational conference like this. The convener happened to be a pastor, a Christian, mentioned something that he told his children that they are free to choose whatever career they want to choose and whatever discipline or field they want to go to in our institution. But they should give him two things. They should acquire Chinese language, maybe German language, and Arabic language. He mentioned Arabic language. Then I was wowed that if a pastor, a Christian, can appreciate acquiring Arabic language skill, then what is wrong with us Muslims?
Professionalism is very essential. But despite that, ends are not met. What do you think is actually the problem? What is the missing link? Professionalism. Professionalism everywhere, here and there.
All
But
right.
there's a missing link. So what exactly is the problem in education?
All right, thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Islam is entirely about professionalism, that is excellence. The hadith says that Inna Allaha qata al-ihsan ala kulli shay. Allah enjoys perfection, excellence on everything we do. And the Quran, there are some words in the Quran that are, close but different. We have Hassan and Ahsan. We have Ihsan, we have Ahsan. Islam is talking about Ahsan, not Hassan. Hassan is good, but Ahsan is better. So when you talk professionalism in a school setting, you are talking of the teachers are trained, they are current, they maintain standards. The school owners or the proprietors know what they are doing, not just to make money. The schools, the classes, everything is, in the right order. And the curriculum is in focus. And the expenses or the expenditure is in the right order too. So now, despite all this, we have the right teachers, we have the right environment, we have everything, and yet we are not getting what we want. Then something is missing. And what could be missing could be that we focus on external professionalism. That is when we don't focus on intrinsic value. In other words, the humanity of man. You must all deliver, When the school owner, the proprietor, does not bother about what goes on in the mind of the drivers, that you must this is what I want. No room for explanation of how they achieve it. It's not a matter of just do what you should do. That may mar progress. Because the human being is coming from a home that the wife was asking for before he used to drop maybe just 5,000, but now in the market now, is now at maybe 20,000. So the emotional, emotional professionalism has to come to play. The corner. So the method has to change in terms of reality, because time talk of ilimul waqi', not just that. Okay, like when there's no water, you don't just say we'll not pray. Islam says no water dynamism. What do you do next? You do what do you call it now? Tayammum. Okay, I can't stand to pray. What do you do next? It gives you options. So options must be given. Discussion must be reviewed from time to time. When there are reviews, methods may have to change. Even though we are doing something professionally, it's not wahayu. Human beings are the one executing. So there will be always the human element. Even at times can become me and you situation, whereby it can keep creativity. Professionalism is a function of, it's a standards procedure that you tend not to want to allow creativity at times. If the driver does not know that he has to use his own initiatives, some be professional about it, just follow the procedure. Where you even at time as a driver, at time you are going and there's an obstruction on the road, you need to navigate it. But now this is how they must be done. And it's because it's battling with a problem, he wants to do something different. So I think not getting the ends not meeting one, if the intention is poor. When I say poor, is not focused on helping humanity. Benefiting is about making the money.
Interestingly, the Montessori was, as a philosophy in education, was propagated by a female, of course, called Maria Montessori from Italy. The background, she was a physician. She was not an educator. But necessity gave birth to her innovation and what she detected, which, of course, today come to be the most expensive philosophy. Just like we have a high scope philosophy in education, so also is Montessori. And of course, the one thing that stands out in it is that it gives credence to more to the child. What can the child do? For example, you bring a child now, just like in the confessional school. You want to know the class to fix them in. It is wrong as far as the Montessori system is concerned. You want to, what's the age of the child? It's the environment that defines the child. So 3 things are key. The first one is the child. The second one is an adult. That's the parent, the teachers that are seated, and the school owner. The third one is the prepared environment. And of course, if you take each one of them, you see that they are so important. But I think the one that is more general one that we'll be talking on now have to center on the prepared environment. The environment should be facilitating, should be appealing to the child. I mean, the philosophy believes that you can't dictate to a child. The child is not ready for you. You can't force him or her. And that is why the environment is, if you go to any Montessori school, you won't appreciate the school more from outside. It has to be inward when you enter.
In Nigeria today, children start school from 2 months. 2-month-old babies. My colleagues, you understand what I'm talking about. Some people have taken in 4 weeks babies because the mother had to resume. And we'll be hearing, in America, in India, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, that's the age they start school. And as a school owner, if you don't take them, they will go to another school. What exactly is the way out for school owners? You know, I realized that the first thing you talk about was the child, the age of the child. But it's in parents don't consider it doesn't matter. Can my child stay here? That is it. You know, when I started teaching, like some years back, I was surprised that somebody would bring a baby to school. I was your school, I go school back. And I was like, this is child abuse. And the person will be like, madam, you better go and stay somewhere. That's the school, the HM telling me, please. Seriously, what are we supposed to do about it? Personally, I would say, don't wear uniform. Let them play away till 5. Parents will come and fight. Come on, 1, 2, 3, come on, ABC car. What exactly do you think is the way out? Seriously. In few sentences.
Okay, we have what is called absorbent mind.
Absorbent.
Absorbent mind.
Absorbent mind.
It's one of the theories defined by Maria Montessori. The child is here. She's learning through the environment, but she's not ready to talk. When the time comes, he or she will be unveiling all those things because she has learned them through a mindful mind. If you are running a crash and they bring 2 months and these things, because of the environment, you need to create home away from home. So that you create that particular environment for the child to learn there. Because we are Muslims. If not for that, if it's just on the issue of the morning and all this, but when you're looking at the theory itself, there are some levels you need to get to. But the education itself starts from the womb, just as Islam has propounded. So that absorbent mind is what we are going to explore. The child comes now, 2 years old, 2 months. What can he or she do? But you try, at that particular stage, you teach the child, help me to help myself. That's the key word. You don't pamper them, do everything. It's like, I mean, many a time, even when I sit down there before going to my own office, I see the child coming 2 years old, carrying a bag. If that bag is too heavy for the child, if that bag is not meant for that child. Teachers on duty now collecting back from them. That is not that help me to help myself. The only thing you need to do is that instead of the child drawing it on the floor, you position it well on the neck of the child so that the child can get it home. So if they bring some children like that, we should help because it's an honor. So ensure that at least they learn something, not necessarily the language, the reading or the writing.
How do we deal with government policies? How does it affect our schools, especially as a Muslim school?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will be answering that question from the legal point of view and at the same time from the professional point of view as a school owner. I experienced all that you have mentioned, and as I'm speaking today, I received a message now that we're expecting some local government officials in the school and they're asking for directives. 2 days ago, before I left the school, I dealt with one seriously, and I told him that I will have called for his arrest. If not that, I don't want to be too wicked. And I cautioned him that he's trying to be a criminal. And very soon, we will write a petition against the local government. So I'm very familiar with what you are saying. But let us start from the word policy. Anything called policy, which is a directive, and if it is a genuine one, we must comply with it until it is reviewed. It's just like talking about tax avoidance and tax evasion. They are two different things. You cannot say you will not pay any genuinely impacted levy. It is only when it is not genuine that we can review it. And as soon as the law that established such a thing has not been repealed, we must comply with it. It is true that it is a double jeopardy and multiple taxes at times. But I want to tell you that there are different ministries and they are empowered by the law. Local government today will be more active than the way we have seen it before because of the autonomy that have just been granted. With this autonomy now at the second tier of the government that is going to be recognized under federalism, they will now have more power to generate revenue. And governments worldwide generate their revenue from the city street. The federal government, the state government, and now the local government. Education is under concurrent list. That is, both the federal and the state can legislate on it. The issue of primary is other contention that the local government should be handling the primary education, state to be handling the secondary education, while the federal have their own. If eventually all primary schools are given to the local government, then more levies will come in. But as it is, the ones that are approved by each state, we can only find out the ones that are genuine and that they are truly approved by the government. Any tiers of government. As soon as this is established, we are to comply. And let me tell us certain ones that we are to comply with. For the state, anything that has to do with building, structure, LAPCA, Ministry of Environment, anything that has to do with all approved papers of each state, we are to comply with it. We welcome our rector, Engineer Ibrahim. You are most welcome, sir. We want to say that we are to comply with all this. Then, if we are talking about local government, radio and television are enforced in some states, in some local government, but it is still part of the edict. And once it is written in the edict, ordinarily it is when you need something in government that they will ask you to go and pay for it. But they move round. The person that I wanted to call police to arrest came in with a receipt of their own, and he wrote his own personal number. He came with ID card of local government and said the council chairman has approved, they are contractors, that they can print the receipt of their own in the name of Agbado Okeodo local government, and that the money we will pay will go into their own personal account, that they should be using their personal account. They will now remit it to the government at the end of the day. Percentage to the government. It is true they do it. But even if they do it, they should be more assured and allow you to pay directly into the local government. So for such money that individual will collect money and put it to their account, we are not to pay that. And I told him that is illegal. However, if it is 10 naira, 5 naira, that you just, some will even tell you, that is why I am here. Any money that is for the government must have an official receipt. Fumigation and environmental sanitation and inspecting the school is under the local government. Ministry of Environment will come, but local government department has the right to do it also. Their edit permit them to do it. And it is Wole that do it. They now come in Lagos State now, they will visit you, they will give you a letter that they are coming on so day. And they will come and inspect the cobwebs, your loma, how do you dispose, then your sewage, your septic tank, and your shalanga, if it is shalanga, your toilet. So, if you are found guilty, let me tell us the truth. They can sue you to court on this. The law do not say you should violate any of this law. Or most especially, we that are running schools. If you have your sewage or you have your septic tank, we are students and bouncing on it, you are violating the law. And it is a great offense that they can close down the school based on that. What we need to do is to comply. So I will say that when they come, I want to talk as a proprietor now. When they come, sit them down, tell them they should tell you what the law is. Be nice to them. Don't let them write negative report against you. Most of the time, except when they are trying to be naughty like the one that I told you, and I told that one I can arrest you because you asked me to pay into your personal account. But if you fight them, well, one of the officials told me one day that lawyer, táwọn bá mú èèyàn tí táwọn ò rí mú, wọ́n á ní káwọn lọ wá aáyán funfun wá. Aáyán funfun, Fadúlélà, you came late. Aáyán funfun. Then the question is, what is aáyán funfun? Where do you get white cockroach? He said that is why you should not fight us. Because we will ask you to this white cockroach now. That is things you cannot get. So my advice to us is, sit them down. What have I done wrong? What is it that is right? It is only when they are doing the wrong one, then you connect their boss and go to their offices. But as a school owner, if you are wrong, or you know your cleaners have done something wrong, or they have not done it in the right way, don't endanger the life of the student. Even as a Muslim, we must not do it. Yes. So make sure you do the cleaning and you do the appropriate one. But extortion, you can report if it is actually extortion.
One of the issues we have today is getting qualitative teachers. I want to start with you, sir. Getting qualitative teachers is difficult. I know some of the things they would say. Private school, is like the people out there, they don't have the trust in schools again. They don't want to teach. You will now find someone that has a BSc BA Edu in English or Jalunta online. They are just not there. So what is the way out, sir? I'll start with you. 15 seconds so that others who can help me add to it.
Way out is to
15
have
seconds.
way out is to have an holistic school. Aside from salary, let there be an attractive allowances. Take care of what they needed in another place.
Sir, on Montessori, how is it to get their teachers?
So what we do at our own end is that it's the system that run. Because in the first instance, if you want to get Montessori teacher, you can't afford them. We are talking of it is something like that. Somebody that did the training, maybe the first stage for 4,000 pounds, and you want to employ that particular person to come and collect 120,000, they won't stay. So majorly what we do is to create the system that when you come down, no matter whatever you have, the system will train you to be one. And as your strategy said, let's be compassionate and with them. So not only the salary, there's no amount of money, the research has shown, there's no amount of money that you pay any salary earner that will be enough. But the system also, let it be the one that...
Jazakumullah khairan, sir. Your turn, sir. The MC is doing like this.
Ours is the most difficult.
Okay.
Because talking about, for example, Quran education and Arabic education, to get those who are qualified and they want to teach, is difficult because most of them will prefer to have their own center, teaching people Quran so that they can be doing walima and all those stuff. So we need to let the teaching profession appeal to them by giving them commensurate salary. It's very important. Then having those ones we have already trained and retrained, because this is one of the challenges that we have. The way we train and retrain our teachers, we do normally do that for Arabic teachers or Quran teachers. They should have their own way. I want to give you an example. So experiences of people regarding Quranic education, so it's something that must change. And we can only change that if there is an environment that can convince them.
Dr. Zafaran.
The problem is systemic. So teachers are not trained again. So long term is for us to have a teacher training based center. 2, we have to do a serious campaign on for people to teach. In the hall here, let's say we are 250. If you ask who wants children to become teachers, you may not get 3%. So now what we do is, we'll even have teachers who come attend for interview, but when at the interview say they can't deliver. So, but where they can deliver, what you can do there is you should have to train them, because when they get a better thing, they are moving. It comes in this very month, a better jackpot is on the run now, so they are moving. So it's a serious issue. The system is not helping matter at all.
So we need
and that's why the problem
campaign.
we have it there. If they can recalibrate teaching as to be high, like in Finland, for example, now we had the highest pay like medical people. So if you're not paying teachers, maybe a secondary school teacher, a first degree, BA or BEd, you are paying them maybe 350,000. Don't bother. Everybody will go for education.
What is the way out? Because it's a very common slogan that they say, I want Muslim school, until want you. So please, what is the way out? For us to bring out what we have been taught, we will need a lot of money. And definitely we are going to charge. So what do you think is going to be the way out?
Fees at Muslim school are very expensive. The expensive is relative. A school pays teacher 60K, 50K in a month. A school pays 150, 200 in a month. So if the one of 60K is collecting 50K as fees, the one of 200 cannot collect 50K. And it's possible the school of 60K teacher may not stay there long because the money can't take them home. So the point here is our situation is a problem. The Nigerian situation as a whole is the issue. So what we can do is, while Islam does not downplay standard, which we compromise in many situations, because those things we do it subconsciously that we feel it's normal. It's not normal. We have to realize that's why we have to emphasize standard. It's not that everybody is not there. We see where we are lacking, all of us, but we must emphasize the standard. That's meaning of tazkiyah. We keep on purifying ourselves. So that standard should be in our focus, that that's where we are going, but this is where we are. But now to think where you are is the solution is a problem itself. So what we can do in those kind of big schools is, okay, are there other things we can do to make more money? There's the of IGR. in the IGR arena or PPI that will help you expand and spread the fund, or IGR that can make more money. That's why even the issue of collaboration will come in. All the C we mentioned, creativity, communication, and all. Collaboration will help not just in structures, having, or even in businesses too. But trust is key. If you have, because the issue is, if you collaborate, Jamai has more blessing than Ifrodi. That's the reality. But we feel that I, or me, instead of called we. You know, they are just change the M becomes the W. So the me is more amongst us than the we. If you do the we mobilize funds together, it can go a long way for a kind of investment that can fetch us a lot. But people want to just do it in a small manner that you just be one spot for the next 5-6 years. But when we come together, even our schools, in the past we raised as NIMS, can we collaborate? You know, the problem is, I mentioned intention yesterday. Allah will determine that I'm not the one, I'm not Allah. Now to ask Allah no kudot. Now the question is, why did we establish school? It's a question. If it's for Allah, we should be able to collaborate so easily. There's no need for everybody to have school. It's not necessary. In same world, you can't just start school. You can't just start school in just one room or 2 rooms. You are damaging the future, because you can't give the standard. But you can come together. Okay, I have this fund. Even if you take stress away from you, okay, this environment we can have just one standard school. We are going to get more money than just have your single school.
A key moment of the conference was a virtual presentation by Mrs. Agatha Willam, who emphasized on the need for educators to always continue to adapt and learn in this changing world.
Their life was completely different from the lives of the generation before them, even their parents. Me, myself, as a child, I used to read a lot of books. And I loved to listen to the radio when I was young, and also I like it still. And then, as a young adult, I even set up a little publishing company. Over the 8 years of running this company, I witnessed the digital revolution. When we started the company, we used to use the regular typing machine for making the text of our books, which we were about to publish. After 2 years, we could move to using the computers. After another couple of years, we started to use internet for transferring text from the now doing, even professionally or as a student, I sometimes can't understand what they are talking about. The change is really very, very rapid. And the way of living is changing also very, very fast. I wonder how one generation can help the next one to get prepared for the life if it's so different.
The climax of the conference was a virtual speech by Mr. Amol Arora, who highlighted the need to improve the situation of schools in Nigeria, implement innovative teaching methods, and having a working educational system for smooth operations even in the absence of the school owner.
What I would do to improve the condition of your schools, and where are things I believe there are rooms for improvement. So today my topic is going to be about profit meets purpose, running successful schools in Nigeria. So a lot of you, I'm sure, have the reason why you opened a school, and this is worldwide, everywhere in the developing world. I mean, you have a passion for education. You wanted to give children in your locality, your community, a better education. You thought this is a cash business where people will pay upfront and you don't have to chase people for money as well. And of course, one of the reasons, the biggest reason why people want to open a school is because for the quality of life. You come home by 3 o'clock by children. The time your children come home from school, maybe your children can study in the same school. You get holidays, winter vacations, summer vacations. So the quality of life that you get, the sense of satisfaction that you get from a school, not many other businesses give you that. Am I right? Is that why you opened a school? Yes or no? Come on. I know it's a recorded session, but I want your energy. See, the more you're going to participate in the session, the more you will take back from the session. So yes or yes? Is this why you opened a school? Just think back to the time when you opened a school. What these are reasons? Yes, I'm sure. This is the reason that everybody gives. So I want to hear a loud yes. Yes or yes? Yes, thank you. Organizers, if nobody's answering, then please stop the video. I want people to be engaged in this. But then, why do schools still struggle? And I was watching some of your videos from previous years, and you can see the stress and anxiety on school leaders. Why is that? When you opened a school, you opened with a sense of passion, with a sense of making a change, right? But then why do schools struggle so much? The three reasons I believe schools struggle is, one is the lack of skills. The B.Ed, the Bachelor's in Education, the MBA does not teach you how to run a school. There's no training on how to run a school. So if you do anything without training, you're bound to fail. Imagine you become a doctor with no training. People will die who come to a clinic, right? The same thing with schools as well. There's no skill sets, the lack of skill sets. And of course, the way of thinking to run a school is very different from any other business. Education is very different business. It's a social project as well. $800 per month as well. When parents come to my school, they see infrastructure like this. And their reaction is the same as what you're imagining. They go, wow, I wish I was a child. Why weren't there schools like this during my time? That's the emotion you need to get out of them. Do you all agree? Raise your hand. When you see infrastructure, I'm just showing you a few pictures of my infrastructure. I'm sitting in the same campus as well. When they see infrastructure like this, they know this is not an ordinary school. And as an entrepreneur, it makes you feel good when you get this kind of emotion from parents, where parents saying, I wish I was a child. The child starts crying. I don't want to go home. Your first thing is you need to prove to the parents that you are not a potato.
The conference concluded with goodwill messages from chairmen of LIMS in different states that were in attendance.
I want to give thanks to Almighty Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. At the same time, I want to thank the organizer of the program, League of Muslim School Proprietors, for this wonderful gathering. May Almighty Allah continue to be with us and guide us right.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We give Almighty Allah the honor, glory, and adoration for making this conference a successful one.
Thank Almighty Allah for giving us our energetic and dynamic host here, the chief host, who happens to be our national president of LIMS, Ustaz Alhaji Abdul Wahid Obalakum. We thank God for you and your team that will put these things together for the benefit of all of us.
After the conference, our media team had an interactive session with dignitaries, organizers, and guests.
I think it is very good programs. I have very information about your schooling educations, and I feel that Muslims are very nice people and Nigerians here, and your school education program, Islamic programs, I think it is very better, and listening speeches are very good speech to us.
Actually, the title, which is optimizing the performances in schools, I've actually gained a lot. I discovered that we need to improve our teaching methodologies, especially integrating technology into our delivery in the classroom. So I've actually gained that.
If you look at transformation education, it covers a lot. And it has to do with determination of each person. So where each person goes back to the vision and mission of their school, then they will be able to use this to promote their school. There is nothing that is stagnant. Everything is dynamic. Even the so-called standard school need to move with the challenges of the moment and move forward.
The program, which addresses optimizing performance, basically it refocuses the mindset of the proprietors and school owners, as well as teachers, to be able to see education beyond just this world. That is the production of a viable, virtuous, responsible child who becomes a father, becomes a leader in the future. So the program has been very enlightening, and of course the kind of brotherly atmosphere, as well as recharging people for a better, improvement in the coming dispensation?
Actually, the program was well planned and it was very fascinating. But the area I would like the organizers to look into is to making it more interactive. Let the audience participate more, let them ask questions, let them react, let them comment. So this area needs to be looked into, as that is one of the areas that I observed that it was not given much space in the program. So in the subsequent ones, we should look at, because we are talking about learners based. The same thing when we are organizing a conference, it should be audience based as well. So we want to give to the audience, but audience can also share from their own experience or even give feedback to be able to assess and evaluate. So how has the lecture given been understood and been construed by the audience?
The president shared his expectations with us at the beginning of the conference.
All the participants should go home with a better informed, solutions, Islamic solutions to the challenges they've been facing in their school, business, and the rest like that.
Has it been met?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We are very grateful that the targets were actually met for the conference. The program went as planned, and we are happy that it's a huge success. Alhamdulillah.
We wish the League of Muslim School Proprietors continued success in their journey to promoting Islamic holistic education.